Yo, what's up, everybody? Rafe Realm here. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you get notified when I go live and when I throw up videos like this. Now, that goes throughout all my video platforms out there and social media places as well, and all the streaming places that allow me to throw videos. All my links will be down below to all my streaming places. If you want audio, I got you. That is over on Spotify. That is at Rafe Nation Podcast. Check it out over on Spotify. This will be over there as I'm editing it. It'll be over there, and then I'll have it in the show notes for you guys. This review is going to be a banger, as I said. This show was a banger, honestly, with Roderick Strong, End of Heartache by Kill Switch Engage. Let's go. Like, I am a huge Kill Switch Engage fan. Let's go. I'm happy to see him back. I'm happy to see his theme song. I am so grateful the Undisputed Elite we are going to have in AEW, and possibly Kyle O'Reilly coming back soon. And maybe Bobby Fish comes back out of this. I don't know. But I'm excited for all this, man. Like, this is hype. And then we got the Golden Bullet Club, or the Bullet Club Gold. We got a lot of factions. We got a lot of things going on here tonight. Orange Cassidy again. That's the one thing I'm going to say. Orange Cassidy again. That should have been in the middle of Dynamite, honestly. I don't understand why we're having Orange Cassidy at the very beginning, and I really think Orange Cassidy should lose his belt at this point. Bandito should be your champion at this point. I really thought they were going to go Bandito this time. Same with Taya Valkyrie and Jade. They sold this as like Taya Valkyrie was going to win this, but of course they got to have some fuckery. Of course they got to have some things going on to keep this feud going forward. Taya Valkyrie will be your new TBS champion coming forward. That's just stated. The way they booked it tonight, that's the way they're going to be doing it. And it's going to set up for Double or Nothing for this. So I see this happening. I see Taya Valkyrie feuding again with Jade Cargill. I don't think they're going to have Taya Valkyrie go fight for a women's championship when right now, currently, that women's championship is hot right now with the Outcasts at the moment and the whole Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter stuff. I just don't see it. But I do see Taya Valkyrie, and I can also see if Taya Valkyrie does win this title, you bring a Chris Statlander back ASAP. Chris Statlander is ready to go. You bring Karashita back. You bring Riho into that mix. That TBS belt's gonna be piping hot once Jade Cargill gets rid of it. Jade Cargill holding on to that belt way too long, and it's becoming apparent. But Jade Cargill has gotten better. I will say Jade Cargill has gotten better. She is not the Goldberg of the women's division. She's getting better by the day. She threw a Canadian Destroyer out there. She's doing some moves that she hasn't done to complete matches. So I got to give the match a solid C average. It was average, but Jade Cargill is improving. Sammy versus Darby, like I said, again, you can't go wrong with that. The moves that they do, the things that they put on, one hell of a crazy thing to do. Again, Sammy Guevara defeated Darby Allin in the Four Pillars tournament. Again, what they're going to probably have done is they're going to have Sammy Guevara win all these matches, get to Double or Nothing, and then he's going to pretend to roll over for MJF, as everybody is saying, and then basically give him the middle finger, and they're going to have a match. Technically, so that's what they're going to go for with this. I didn't really care. Like, they're doing the whole thing they did with the Jericho Appreciation Society, which will probably set up a feud between MJF and maybe Chris Jericho down the road. Some mini feud between them two, because they got to rekindle like that once again, because, the Pinnacle stuff back in the day. So I just really don't understand why they're doing this with Sammy Guevara. But I get it at the same time. They got to keep this heel Sammy Guevara going. So this is what they're doing. They're doing the two best friends thing again. And to me, that ran its course with Chris Jericho and the Jericho Appreciation Society. They don't need to do it here, to be honest with you. Tony Schiavone, man. Tony Schiavone was killing it on the mic tonight, like against MJF. They were both slaying each other. And MJF with the pickles, man. That was hilarious, man, to me. Like, MJF... literally, yeah, he is one-dimensional. You know what you're going to get with him. But at the same time, he is hilarious as a heel. I love MJF. I think he's funny. Bernice Burkett sells this 100%. John Moxley's wife sells it perfectly in these interviews tonight. Like, her facial expressions, 100%, literally. Adam Cole addresses Chris Jericho. Like I said, addressed Chris Jericho about the beatdown of Britt Baker and so forth and so on. And Chris Jericho says, I'm not going to fight you. I do not want to be in the same building as you. I can't stand you. I don't like you. You are the problem. And then his boys come out from the Jericho Appreciation Society minus Sammy Guevara, and they brawl, beat the crap out of Jericho. And then the best friends come out, Bandito come out. And then you hear the end of Roderick by Killswitch Engage, and you see Roderick Strong, Roddy coming to AEW. I thought he was still with WWE. I didn't know his contract expired like that. I didn't realize that. And another signing in wrestling news is Naomi. Naomi got signed by Impact, and that's incredible to me. That makes sense, though, because I think Monet is going to go more Impact, I think. I think they're touting Impact for her. But then she could go to AEW. I could be wrong by saying that. So Impact making moves, signing high profile wrestlers too. And AEW really needed Naomi. I'm saying this now. They had her for Ring of Honor in the building, but didn't sign her, which was incredible to me. So again, Roddy is a all elite man, and I'm excited about this. Bobby Fish possibly, maybe coming back. Maybe they have the whole full Undisputed Era, maybe elite, maybe. I mean, the way he exited wasn't great, Bobby Fish, but maybe they rope him back in with this. Maybe they talk him back about coming back. Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly's on the bench right now, recovering from a devastating neck injury. Now with Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and also Britt Baker, and you can have the Undisputed Era as far as, or the Elite, honestly, over on AEW with Britt Baker and Hayter and all that. That is going to be a freaking great faction. Just saying, next to Bullet Club Gold, that's going to be really, really good. I'm just saying, it's going to be amazing to see what they do with these factions. And then you got the House of Black. The Trios titles are going to look amazing when Kyle O'Reilly comes back for them. Adam Cole's the shit. Adam Cole honestly could be on Ring of Honor, AEW, or switch between both and work with the Kingdom and work with the Undisputed Elite and have two factions that he's a leader of. That's a beautiful thing to me. With Maria's Kez Bennett. I mean, I'm just saying. Honestly, I will tell you, AEW like hit things that I liked with the Jay Cargill stuff, man. I get what they're doing with it, and I get that eventually Ty Valkyrie is going to be your champion, and I 100% get it. I like Ty Valkyrie. Bring me John Morrison over to, or Hennigan over to AEW. They're going to kind of need him going forward. And by the way, guys, you know, AEW is saying too much talent, Rafe. I hate it. Well, they got another show. They got another brand split happening, sorry. Another one. No, I'm just kidding. They got another one, and they got to fill out Ring of Honor still. So yeah, they're going to sign more and more talent. And of course, they're going to switch between these three products. That's why you saw Elevation Monday Night Dark Elevation being canceled. Why they made a press announcement saying that they're taking that off the air, and that's that. That's why they're going to have a control center on Mondays. AEW Dark is still going to exist for up-and-coming talent. And they could treat that like NXT, honestly, on a Tuesday. They can make that and treat that like NXT. They can get some good viewership out of that. And then you got Dynamite on Wednesdays, and then you got possibly maybe Conclusion coming on Fridays, possibly. Instead of Saturdays, they're talking about Saturdays or Fridays now about that. And then putting Rampage on a Saturday. I have no complaints with that. Like, AEW's making the moves that they needed to do. They need to close things that they need to close. Again, they got to sign talent now. They're going to have a major brand split coming up, and they're going to have maybe other titles on other products, and they're going to have one roster fighting for these titles. They're going to need more and more talent to fill in those spots. Now, this is where they're going to probably bring in Miro, probably Scorpio Sky for this other show Conclusion. This is where CM Punk's going to probably be the number one guy over on Conclusion and things like that. Because they're bringing him back for the beginning of that show somewhere soon in the future. They're saying like May or some sort like that, or June. They're going to bring him in, and that's the way it goes because everything's been leaked about that one. So it's just sky's the limit for AEW right now. Like, AEW is making the moves. Tony Khan knows what he wants to do. I think cutting some shows out and putting some shows in place, I think it's perfect. I think you do go with Dark as your NXT. You go with Ring of Honor, the step up. Then you go with Conclusion, Rampage, and then AEW Dynamite as your A, B, and C. And then, maybe you put Ring of Honor as your C show as well. But again, like I said, this is just amazing stuff, and you're seeing. But tonight, the announcement from Tony Khan was just lackluster, honestly. Let's get real with that. The announcement for the Owen Hart stuff, I love what they did with it, with Adam Cole and Britt Baker winning it, husband and wife winning it, but they are needing to step this up. Now, this is going to bring up the question, is Edge coming to AEW? Because they're putting this all in Toronto. Are they going to bring in Edge? Because Edge's contract, when this all happens, literally runs out. So is he going to sign with AEW, go retire? What's going to be the thing with Edge? Because they're doing the whole thing in Toronto. And are they going to bring him in? That's going to be the question going forward with this tournament. And that was some things Tony Khan was kind of alluding. There's going to be surprises, kind of things like that. So I'm hoping that maybe I'm going to make a wild prediction. Hopefully I see Edge at this Toronto shows, because by the time this happens, his contract should be done. Literally done before Forbidden Door and all that. It should be done at that point. It'll probably run its course. And him and Christian have talked about joining together for one last tag team run before Christian calls it a career. Again, like I said, the Jay Cargill stuff, like that Canadian Destroyer, can't use the road to Valhalla. I think that's just stupid to me. But I get it. It sets up for more of a feud. Jay Cargill ain't that great, but she's improving, and I will give it to her. She's improving. I used to slam her hard on this very channel about not being so good. And she can make fun of the fans, but she has gotten better. Her and the other baddie that she has gotten better. They have improved. I'm all for it. And like I said, I wasn't the biggest Jay Cargill fan, but she's growing on me by the day. And again, I want to see Taya Valkyrie take that belt off of her so we can actually have that TBS belt mean something at this point. Now, it's going to bring up the question, when they do this brand split, is that belt going to be exclusively to Conclusion? Where is Conclusion going to be on TBS on Saturday nights? What's going to be the $1 million questions going into that? You know what I mean? Is that going to be the women's belt for the Conclusion show? And that's what they're going to fight over? And are they going to have special pay-per-views? That's just all the questions I have for that, because they kind of alluded to it tonight a little bit. Kenny Omega and Kakeshi